It's my pleasure to welcome Carlton van Putten. He is the CEO of PayRent, and we are always looking at great fintech products, things that can make your life easier as a small landlord and make you more successful, take a lot off your plate. And today we're gonna see a demo of this software. Carlton, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, and appreciate the opportunity to just share with you what we're doing here.
Well, it's our pleasure, and you're coming to us from Salt Lake City. The product was launched in 2020, and you've got several thousand users already. So we're looking forward to hearing more. Give us a demo, and please feel free to share your screen.
Yeah, you bet. I'll do that right now. So, like Jason was saying, PayRent began back in January of 2020. We are a property management and financial services platform that's specifically designed for independent landlords and their renters. And our mission at PayRent is to make collecting rent more predictable and paying rent more rewarding. And so we've designed a web-based platform that allows landlords to sign up quickly, easily, and get started on their own. We have a zero monthly fee option, so you can join for free. And once you do, as a landlord, you will come into your portal, your account, and you'll do a few steps to onboard where you will add your properties, you'll invite your renters, and I'll show you how all that works. And you will also set up your merchant account. So let me just kind of talk you through what you're looking at here. This is after you log into the platform, you'll come to the home screen. And on the home screen, you will see a list of the most recent activity on the platform to give you some insight into what your renters are doing on the platform, whether they've made payments, whether they've become compliant with your rent collection policies, whether they've scheduled a future payment or done any of those things that they can do on the platform from a feature standpoint. So you can see that here in the list of activities, and just kind of gives you some quick insight into what's going on. If you want to look at or add properties, you can go to the Properties tab. Here's a list of all of the properties that you've already entered. And to create a new property, you just simply click on the Add a Property button up top. You'll put in your address. Google will find that, search it, you'll put in your rent due date and your rent amount. And essentially, you're ready to go. Now, some of our features that are unique to our platform are, of course, you can accept credit card payments, which is a convenience for renters. You don't ever pay the credit card fees associated with that. That's passed.
What do they pay for that convenience fee?
What do the renters pay? The renters pay 3.5% and 30 cents on their rent.
Okay.
So that covers the cost of the credit card payments. So it's not passed through to the landlord. The landlord gets the full amount.
Yeah, we got it.
And you can choose in some of our service plans to either absorb or pass through the ACH fees. Now, on our free plan, that's not an option. It's $5 per ACH transaction. But if you choose one of our paid plans, usually people who have 5 or more units will choose one of our paid plans. And then you can actually choose to pass through the ACH fees or absorb them. ACH fees go down as your service plan goes up. So the free plan has a $5 ACH fee. Our middle plan, which is the do-it-yourself plan, has a $2 ACH fee. And then the Go Like a Pro plan, which is our high-end plan, has no ACH
okay.
fee.
Since you brought that up, and I didn't necessarily need to go into all of this in too much detail, but what are the fees for those different plans? Why don't we just flip to the pricing page for a quick moment?
Sure. Yeah, let me open that up here. So here's our 3 service plans. If you can see those, I think that's the full screen for you. We have a pay-as-you-go plan, so it's $0 per month. The bank transfer fees are $5. The landlord pays that. The 3.5% and 30 cents for credit cards would be paid by the tenant.
And so you're not charging on any of these plans per property. It's an unlimited number of properties, I'm guessing, right?
Well, the high-end plan actually is a paid plan per property, right? So for $49, that includes 10 units and no bank transfer fees. And for the middle plan, it's $20 a month. up to 25 units, and $2 per bank transfer fee.
Okay.
So, we have a calculator on our platform that'll show you which of these service plans is the best for you.
Okay.
So if you go down here, you can actually put in your units, your property type, and your email address, and you can calculate which of these are going to be the least expensive plan based on your particular setup.
Okay, great. So basically from $0 to $49 a month, $19 is the middle plan. Let's go back to the actual software itself and look at that.
Yeah. So that's the pricing for the plan. And then we've got some features built into the platform that our landlords really needed and asked for and wanted. And some of these are unique. We don't have any competition when it comes to these features. One of them is requiring full payment. So we have logic in the system that prevents a renter from making a partial payment. So that means if the landlord says require full payment, that means that a renter can't make a partial payment, which, as we know in many states, is a big deal, right? So we know how all that works.
By the way, the reason he's saying that's a big deal is because if you have a renter that you need to start the eviction process with, if you accept any money from them, depending on location and the local laws, that can prevent you from doing that. So that's sometimes exactly right. you want to turn their money down if they only want to pay you 80% of the rent or half of the rent, and they've got a bad track record, maybe you just want to turn the money down and try and get the entire rent or get them out. Yeah,
yes, that's exactly right. And both of these features are designed to give you those protections, right? So requiring full payment means they can't make a partial payment. And if you've already started the eviction process and you don't even want to take a full rent payment, you can prevent payments. And so if you've given them any other means or method to pay, they can still, pay you and stay in the property. But if you're using just PayRent and you're mandating that, hey, you're going to pay me through PayRent, you have that control back. Another control feature, which has been really important to the platform since COVID and the whole eviction moratorium thing, is being able to set a rent collection policy on the platform. Now, this is a simple setting for you, but it actually enforces some rules for the renter to follow on the platform. So if you set a relaxed rent collection policy, then the renter must put in place a recurring payment. And you can see that on the activity feed. And of course, you will bill them and charge them an automatic late fee if they don't make the payment on time. And I'll show you how that gets done here. You could set a strict rent collection policy that could require them to have two payment methods. And so that if the first one fails, the second one is used automatically as a backup or as a failover. Now, as far as I know, we're also the only platform on the market that actually verifies the bank balance before we accept the actual rent payment. So we reduce chargebacks and returns for ACHs, and we give you more security to help you know that rent's actually going to get paid and that you're not going to have any issues with payments. And then you can put additional assessments in for a property. You can put in late fees. You can put in early pay discounts, parking fees, those sorts of things. And all of these get automatically assessed to a renter on the first of the month or whenever the rent due date is done. So we automate all of the billing.
Right. I'm not necessarily in favor of this, but does it send them invoices?
It sends them a receipt and it sends them a rent reminder.
Okay. Oh, it does send a reminder.
It does.
That's basically an invoice. Yeah.
Yes. It's not formatted like what you would see as a formal invoice, but it sends them a friendly message that says, hey, rent is due in 3 days. Here's the amount that's going to be due. And, make sure you get your bank account set up and all the payments set up before rent is due. So we take care of rent reminders. And if a renter has a scheduled payment that they've already put in place, we send out a reminder that they have a scheduled payment coming up to make sure that they have money in the bank to be able to pay for that.
Right.
So you'll click save, and now your property is set up, and you can see that property here in the list of properties. You'll also be able to quickly see in the properties whether someone's past due. If you've got an invite pending to a property, I'll show you how you would invite a renter to come. You would be able to see that invite that's pending here as well. So that's the property screen. You have convenience features like searching. You can click on the expansion key and see the tenant. You can see the lease information if you've uploaded your lease information. So the start and the end date and any document if you've uploaded the lease. And we actually have some convenience features on the platform that will have you can require a renter to have renter's insurance, and you can monitor and manage that on the platform as well. So this is one of the major features that landlords have wanted, because of course reducing their insurance costs is predicated on renters carrying their own renter's insurance. So then to invite a renter, you'll click on the invite button. You can do that from any screen. You'll put in the renter's information, their phone number. You'll choose a property. I think all of our properties have invites out and are occupied. But you choose a property there, lease start and end date. You can require renter's insurance or not require renter's insurance. You can upload the lease from this screen. You click save, and then this sends out an email invite to the renter. So you don't have to contact them, and you don't have to help them get on board. They just get the email, they'll click on the button, they'll come to the platform, they sign up, and then we associate them with your property, and they're ready to make a payment. They just need to add their payment method. So that's all done in an automated fashion as well. You can see renters on the renters screen, and here's where you can see who's due and who's past due and who's on time. You can see if you've required renter's insurance, whether they've provided renter's insurance, whether they're rent policy compliant or not would show up here as well. And if someone is past due, you can send a past due notice just with one click here. So that'll send out, hey, rent's due, here's how much you owe, please come to the platform and pay. And you can also view a renter's transaction history either by clicking on the transactions from there, or you can go to the transaction screen as well and see all of the transactions for a renter or all of your rental properties here. And for accounting purposes, you can download this CSV of all of your transactions, so you can import your payments into QuickBooks or your charges into QuickBooks, your billings into QuickBooks with just a simple CSV download. Now, we do automatically do the billing on a monthly basis, right? So rent charges, late fees, any parking, any discounts, all of that stuff is fully automated. You don't have to actually touch or do anything. But there are some people from time to time that need to add a manual transaction. So, sometimes landlords have to bill for utilities or split a utility bill and then, parse it out or dole it out. So if that needs to happen, if you have a lot of properties, we'll do that for you through your account manager. But if you have just a few properties and you need to add a transaction, you'll click on the add a transaction link. You'll select your tenant. You'll put in your transaction type. So let's just say this is a fee, and this is for electricity, and it's $300. And you can actually schedule it for today, or you can schedule it for the future. It will be billed in the future, or you can schedule it for the past. And you click save, and now that transaction is registered to the ledger, and a notice is sent to the renter that, hey, your landlord added a utility fee, or they added some type of a charge. And so we handle all of that invoicing information as well. We have partnerships with tenant screening companies. You can choose to use any one of these three, and it helps to simplify your screening process. So with a single click, you can go and start your tenant screening on any of these platforms that we partner with and bring that information back into our system. And then the final piece of what we do, there are a couple things. We do offer PayRent Capital. So for small landlords that are looking to either do maybe a capital improvement, do some repairs on their property, or buy a new property, those types of things, we actually have access to 72 different lenders that you can fill out one single application. You can explore your options and get quotes back from several different.
What type of financing is this though? Is this refi financing?
You can do refis. You can do purchase. You can do capital expense. So you can do CapEx loans. You can refinance your portfolio. You can do flip and fix loans. All of that's done through our lending.
And are these hard money lenders, or what category?
No, they're generally specialists in the real estate area. So they're not hard money. I think some of them are. We've got 72 different lenders, so some of them are probably hard money, but most of them are standard rate types of lenders.
And this is your company that acts as a loan brokerage. is part
Well,
of your platform?
we partnered with a company called LendFlow, and so
Okay.
LendFlow is the actual lending management platform. It's built in and integrated into what
Got
we
it.
do.
Okay, good. Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, I think there's on the renter side of things. I think we want to point out a couple things. We designed the system to help increase on-time rent payments. That's a metric that we look at, and it's something that we really focus on and build solutions for. So we've put in place incentives for renters to pay on time. If a renter joins our platform and they have a good on-time payment history, it actually unlocks some rewards for them. We call that our Rent Cred Rewards program. So Rent Cred Rewards gives you certain capabilities if you have on-time rent payments. So the more you pay on time, the more you unlock.
Tell us about the rewards. Like, what do they get?
When you've got at least 3 on-time payments, you can start reporting your rent to credit bureaus, right? So we are one of the only platforms that reports to all 3 credit bureaus, which is Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax.
Yep.
So you report to one. When you've got 3 on-time payments, by the time you have 6 on-time payments, you can report to all 3. And it unlocks a feature that we call Rent Cred Loans. And so Rent Cred Loans is designed to give a renter a little bit of flexibility in if they have trouble making rent at the beginning of the month, they can have access to up to $500 of a quick, easy approval loan that is at 0 interest for them. They pay it back over a 6-week period, and it's just a simple one-time $20 transaction fee to access that rent credit.
Okay,
loan.
and is that can they only pay rent with that?
They can only pay rent with it.
Okay, so does that rent go directly into the landlord's pay rent account when they borrow that money? Okay, that's kind of neat for someone who gets into a jam. Are they allowed to keep using that over and over? I think that could become a problem if it.
Well, they can't use it more than one at a time. So it can't become a problem because they can't get another one until they paid back the one they've got.
All right.
Right. So, and there's no risk or liability on the part of the landlord, right? The landlord gets paid just as if the renter had paid money. So the risk is really all on the.
Why is that company willing to loan $500 for $20? No, that's not enough money to do that loan. I mean, what's in it for them? It's 0 interest.
Well, $20 on a $500 loan paid back over a 6-week period is actually pretty good interest.
Okay.
It's 25 or 26% if you consider the loan itself.
And that's it. I mean, what if they don't pay? Does it have a accelerated interest provision after the 6 weeks, or what happens then?
Well, so the lending company is a buy now, pay later company. They have all those provisions in place and handle it from there. But their default rate is less than 1%. Okay.
What company's doing that? Is that LendFlow as well?
No, it's Zip. Zip is our partner for Rent Cred Loans.
Okay, and your platform, I know you mentioned insurance earlier. Is it selling them insurance? Is it offering? So that's another revenue stream for you, right?
Yes. So we have a partnership with Sure Marketplace. And so right in the application for the renter, they can either upload their declaration policy, to show that they've got insurance, or they can, with a couple clicks, buy insurance right through our platform. And about half the people buy insurance through us, and the other half already have it and will upload the declaration page. So it's possible to buy it right in line with us as well.
Okay, great. What else do you want people to know?
I think that's about it. I mean, I've covered everything on our platform. We've really tried to keep it simple. We've tried to focus on making sure you get paid on time. That's really our value proposition. It's simple to join and easy to get started. So I think those are the key things to keep in mind.
Yeah, so if someone is looking for a lightweight software product that can help them with all the things you mentioned, you got some great features here. Of course, there are other solutions out there that are much more involved, and it just depends what someone wants. So your section of the market is this kind of lightweight system that does the important thing, collecting the money,
right,
and offers some enhancements to that. So Carlton, thank you for joining us and demonstrating PayRent. We really appreciate it.
You bet. Nice to be here. Thank you.